For most of history, empire meant domination. Kings ruled through fear. Conquerors survived by crushing the people beneath them. But then, 2,500 years ago, one man appeared who defied the pattern. While others built empires out of blood, he built one out of trust. While others ruled through terror, he ruled through dignity. And while most kings were forgotten the moment they died, his name, Cyrus the Great, has survived longer than almost any ruler in human history. But why? Why did people follow him voluntarily? Why did his empire become the largest the world had ever seen, yet built not on iron, but on ideas, and perhaps most mysteriously? Why does his legacy still refuse to die, even after the empire he created vanished thousands of years ago? To answer that, we need to go back to the beginning, back to a world where cruelty was the norm, and kindness was a revolution waiting to happen. 1. A child of two worlds. Cyrus was born around 600 BCE in the rugged lands of Persis, neither fully nomadic nor fully settled. His world was harsh. Tribes fought for survival. Kings ruled by decree. Mercy was weakness. And yet, Persia was also connected to deeper ancient currents, traditions of honor, reciprocity, and divine order. From his earliest years, Cyrus lived in two realities: the brutal political world where power came from the sword, the moral world where power came from fairness, truth, and responsibility. Most rulers chose the first. Cyrus would eventually choose both, but no one could have predicted the scale of what he would become. 2. The unexpected rise. In his early 20s, Cyrus led a rebellion against Astyages, the Median king who ruled over Persia. By all logic, Cyrus should have been crushed. Instead, something extraordinary happened. The Median troops defected to him. Why? Was it charisma, a sense of destiny, or simply the desire for a leader who treated people like humans rather than tools? Cyrus didn't win with force. He won because people believed he would rule better. Astounding. A revolution not driven by fear, but by hope. And it was only the beginning. 3. The conquest that should not have happened. Over the next decade, Cyrus defeated 3 impossible enemies: the Medes, the Lydians, and the Neo-Babylonian Empire, the superpower of the Near East. Each victory created the largest empire the world had ever seen. And yet, something strange kept happening. Cities opened their gates for him. Nobles accepted him peacefully. Priests welcomed him as a liberator. People continued living under their own laws. Cyrus conquered with a sword, but ruled with something far more powerful: legitimacy. He didn't impose Persian culture. He didn't erase religions. He didn't enslave the defeated. Instead, he did what no conqueror had ever done. He protected the rights of those he conquered. He respected their temples, honored their gods, preserved their languages, and returned those who had been exiled, including the Jews of Babylon, to their homelands. This wasn't strategy alone. It was an ideology, an idea revolutionary for its time: freedom, dignity, stability, through leadership, not oppression. 4. The Cyrus cylinder and the philosophy of power. One object captures his worldview better than anything else: the Cyrus cylinder, often called the first charter of human rights. On it, Cyrus declares that he restored temples, returned displaced peoples, abolished forced labor, rejected cruelty, ruled with justice. For ancient kings, this was unthinkable. No inscriptions of the time speak this language. No conqueror addressed the people he ruled with such respect. Cyrus saw something his rivals didn't. An empire built on fear collapses. An empire built on trust endures. Was this morality? Was it political genius? Or both? Whatever it was, it worked. Where other empires spent generations fighting rebellions, the Persian Empire flourished almost instantly. He created stability without terror, unity without uniformity, power without oppression. In a world that worshipped conquerors, Cyrus became something else entirely, a builder. 5. The death that created a myth. Cyrus died fighting on the edges of his empire, likely against the Massagetæ, a nomadic confederation hardened by the steppe. His death was brutal. His body was lost. His empire mourned. But something unusual happened after his death. Cyrus did not become a symbol of conquest. He became a symbol of good kingship. The Greeks praised him. The Hebrews honored him. The Persians revered him. Even his enemies admired him. And stories about him began to evolve into legend. He was no longer simply a king. He became the model of what a ruler should be. That's incredibly rare. Most conquerors are remembered for their violence. Cyrus is remembered for his vision. 6. Why his legacy outlived his empire. The empire Cyrus created survived long after he died. It became the foundation of Achaemenid governance, Hellenistic administration, Roman provincial systems, Islamic imperial structures, modern ideas of human rights. His influence is everywhere, but his legacy didn't survive because of his victories. It survived because of the ideas embedded in those victories. The idea that power should protect, not crush. The idea that diversity can strengthen an empire. The idea that stability comes from justice. The idea that freedom creates loyalty. The idea that legitimacy is more powerful than fear. These ideas were not normal in the ancient world. They are still not normal today. And that's why Cyrus endures. He wasn't just a man ahead of his time. He was a man ahead of our time. So what really made Cyrus so different? Was it his ethics, rare in a brutal age? Was it his intelligence, understanding that loyalty lasts longer than fear? Was it his charisma, uniting fractious tribes under one banner? Was it political genius, turning enemies into allies? Or was it simply this? He treated people like humans. And here is the deeper question. Why is it that a king from 2,500 years ago understood something that modern leaders still struggle to grasp? Why do we still praise justice, yet tolerate oppression? Why do we admire freedom, yet build systems that restrict it? Why do we know that cruelty fails, and yet return to it again and again? Cyrus's life forces us to ask, if compassion is more powerful than fear, why is it still so rare? Cyrus the Great is not a perfect man, nor a flawless historical figure. He conquered. He expanded. He fought wars like every ruler of his time. But the world remembers him differently because he imagined a different kind of power. A power that doesn't humiliate. A power that doesn't erase. A power that unites instead of destroys. He understood something essential about human nature. People don't want to be ruled. They want to be respected. People don't want to be controlled. They want to be seen. People don't want fear. They want order, dignity, and meaning. Cyrus didn't build an empire through miracles. He built one through principles so simple, so human, that we still struggle to follow them. And perhaps that's why his legacy refuses to die. Because he reminds us of what leadership could be, and what it almost never is. He shows us that greatness doesn't require cruelty, that power doesn't require tyranny, that empires don't have to be prisons. He shows us that history doesn't just record our questions, it answers them. And the answer Cyrus left behind is as relevant now as it was 2,500 years ago. The greatest power a ruler can wield is the power to treat people with humanity. And maybe that's the real reason Cyrus still haunts us, because he proved that another way was possible. And we are still trying, and often failing, to live up to it. Join us on a journey through the ages, where every question becomes an opportunity to discover. Subscribe Timeless Questions channel now and start exploring life's greatest questions with us.